Hey there guys, how you doing? This is Ice9 and we're going to do another Madden Mobile video. May not be too many of these guys. I have determined that this is going to be my last year playing this game. And the reasons why I've played all 3 years. The first year not, well, I had a really good team, but as I've said before, didn't play much head to head or was not certainly in a league. Year two, I've been in a league and I've been a commissioner of a league for, well over a year now. And it's been a lot of fun. The only thing that has kept me playing the game, I would say, it is fun to compete. And, there's a lot of aspects of this game that are better than previous years. There's no doubt about that. Always have to give EA credit. But I've decided personally, and it's really based off of this card right here, is kind of the last straw as far as I'm concerned for EA. There have been too many rewards that have been pack only and really based on spending money either by people. Well, people can invest and make a lot of coins and afford players like this. That's certainly possible. But there have been just too many cards like this boss Randy Moss card that have come out that are pack only type of things and is based on pay to play, along with the game plans, which has had fun little wrinkles and it added a level of sophistication to the game and how it's played. It's not entirely a bad thing, the game plans, but on balance, what I would say is, for me, the game's just not fun anymore. I don't like EA's business model. It does feel, just as a consumer, giving them money is just something that doesn't make sense to me anymore. I don't have time to work the auction house, nor the desire to sit there and work the auction house and do everything that it takes. And, one of the things, gaming to a certain extent, a lot of people, myself included, you pick a game and you get kind of addicted, and you want to try to do as well as you can. And what I would say about Madden Mobile this year, and that has become increasingly clear with EA, is that you have to a large extent, you have to pay money or just invest too much time in it to really compete at a top level. I mean, you can always play well no matter what you're doing, and that's always the lesson. The player at the controls is more important than any player that comes out. But on the other hand, the content has to be good and it has to be accessible. In the case of this card right here, we have an excellent wide receiver. Probably could make people's legacy teams, although I would say, we still got some GTs maybe coming out, and then there's going to be Ultimate Legends for the rest of the year. But with the +2 speed boost, anybody who gets lucky enough to pull them, it's probably going to make their legacy team, that's for sure. One thing about it, though, and this was really, the straw that broke the camel's back in this case, is that there are 4 months left in this season. 8 months have passed. So you're only going to be able to enjoy this player for the next 4 months. And besides Game Changer Gurley and then Robinson, who's basically been impossible to pull, EA has not given us any speed boosted players to get through live events, through grinding live events, or any kind of promo. It's all been a pack only type of thing, and this is the third one. Now, within 2 months. First was the Michael Vick tribute card, and that was a pack only. And these are only talking about the speed boosters. Then there's CJ2K, which was pack only, and I did tens of millions of packs and did not pull him. Finally had to buy him at the auction house, scrounge everything together to do that. And now the Moss card, which is yet another pack only type of thing. Doesn't matter live events, doesn't matter anything else. To pull this guy, you just have to get lucky, or have the wherewithal and the time and the knowledge to work the auction house and do the things necessary to get the coins or buy coins, which has become, increasingly EA has taken that away. So, but it should have never been about buying coins anyways. There have been less and less that you could do through doing a promo and live events. And, by this here, I would bet that the Easter promo, when it comes out, is not going to have a speed boosted player that you could do through a set. I would bet on that. Could be wrong. EA might see it. You know what? We need to give a speed booster to everybody else, but I doubt it's going to happen. I really doubt it's going to happen. That would be one thing that would change my mind, but it would have to be the Easter promo, because otherwise they've just gone too long and there's been too much content like this that's pack only type of thing. So I've got a lot of Madden cash and I don't really care. So what we're going to do here, and everybody loves pack openings, and we're going to do a bundle. And no matter what happens when I open this bundle, I am not going to play this game next year. So just want to let you know that right now. But we're going to go ahead and do this bundle. All right. And our first pack. And it's fun to do these, especially when you don't care anymore. So we get the Champ Bailey card. That's become pretty common. Nothing. Next one. And I really haven't done one of these all year. So we get the Specialist player, which I don't really care about. I wouldn't complete the set anyways. We get an Incognito card. That'll help with the next positional hero. Next one. Another Rookie Bailey card. Next one. Now, of course, our topper is going to be an Ultimate Legend, but we could see, so we get a DE collectible. I have done 2.5 million coins worth of Ultimate Legend packs today. That had no bearing. Once I saw the player this morning, and I was just at work, so I was able to do some packs at work when it was slow. But when I saw the player, I decided, you know what, enough is enough with EA. But here we go. So we get these collectibles, which, but of all those packs I pulled, I did not get 1 year collectible for any Ultimate Legend player from the new sets, to give you an idea of how rare those pulls are. Alright, and another team collectible for Kearse. Alright, and let's see what we get here. Alright, and we finally do. We get a year collectible for green. Alright, so we'll go ahead and add that to the set. I'll probably sell off the player. And, this is going to be it for me. I'm not going to give EA another dime. So whatever happens with Easter, I'm just going to have to deal with it. And then Gauntlet, I've got 6 cards. Just going to have to do that when I can. That card, by the way, the Gauntlet card, really does help with overall. I played a team that had a similar team to mine, and he boosted those guys up pretty good. There's a position collectible for McNabb. There's our badge. Here you go. And so this is what spending $20 with EA gets you. And even if I pull Moss, once again, I'm not going to play next year. I don't like EA's business model. I've had enough of it. There are other games to play. I'm a PC gamer, first and foremost. So I could go back to the PC, spend $50 on a game, get hours of enjoyment, and don't have to pay anything more to try to compete. Alright, so we get one of the unsung heroes. And I'm going to sell that player. Not really interested in doing that set. The rewards are not good enough. and the sets are too hard to get. It's just not worth it for me. There's our badge. We're at 16 from 21. And it would be nice to get a little going away present from EA. I've spent enough money with them. I'll tell you that for sure. There we go. We get a couple program players and a rookie Kearse. And we get a Donald. That would have been a good pull earlier in the year. And another badge. Another one of those players for Unsung Heroes. Rookie Champ Bailey card. The rookies are common. That's like their teaser. You get the player. You could put him on your team. You just can't get the upgraded. And it's certainly not going to be the boss player and the topper. So now we're going to see who we get for an Ultimate Legend as the topper. And no update team. And we get a Sterling Sharp card. So that's what you get for spending $100 with EA. That's definitely one of the less desirable cards in the game. Look at the stats on it. Really not a bad card. Definitely wasn't a bad card 2 months ago. But that's what you get when you spend $100 with EA. And it's ridiculous. Even if I had gotten Moss, it's still ridiculous. Just because the lack of good players. You could get good players. No doubt about that. Through the live events. But you just can't get those top tier players. There's definitely the pay to play aspect of the game, as I said, has become just too much for me to deal with. And I really don't want to see what they do with it next year. And it's really, as I've mentioned before, this game has gotten worse every single year. Year one, you spent money and your chances were very good of getting a good card. A good card that could make you a lot of coins, or a good card that you could play on your team. Now, increasingly, it's luck. And there's just too many aspects of the game that are like that. So we'll go ahead and review both Ultimate Legends, though, for the week. And we'll go ahead and do that. So I could go ahead and do the green set now. And we'll go ahead and get that. So we get 2 Ultimate Legends out of this. And I've got Gurley on my team. That's the only reason I'm getting an update team. Stats are really not bad. Just speed's a little bit low for this time of the year. But I'll sell that player. And here, let's go ahead and go to our weekly. And so the set version of Kearse, 98 defensive end. And of course, that year collectible has eluded me. Otherwise, I have everything else. And Kearse was a great player. Definitely deserved a good card. This is solid. Hit power's not great. Not sure what the block shed is. Speed's not overwhelming, but it's good. But it's not as good as what you'd expect out of a Javon Kearse card. Not a bad card. Just, not a legacy-worthy card. And then the Moss set version, once again, just short that year card. Just did not pull that year. This is a very slight upgrade to Team of the Year, Julio Jones. The awareness is better, which may affect things a little bit. Jump isn't quite as high, carries a little bit better, speed's identical. Strength, I don't know. I think he might be a little bit weaker. But at any rate, this is a really good card, but this is a card too, along with the boost, if we look at these in the auction house. And we can really see. So here's the boss version of Moss. 99 speed, 84 strength, 97 agility, 97 acceleration. It's going to boost up to 99s in a lot of areas. 99 jump, very elusive, excellent carry, which might help him out in Hall of Fame, catching traffic a little bit more. Then again, players don't always play to their stats. But that all-important +2 speed boost. And then if we look at the set-based version, there's actually quite a bit of red from Jones. Doesn't jump as high, not as elusive. The catch is a little bit lower. Catching traffic and special catch might be a little bit better than Jones, but not as strong, not as agile, just more wear, better acceleration, slightly better carry on that card. So the set-based card, going to be a little bit better than Jones for overall, but they're the same height. Jones jumps a little bit higher. I assume that the two cards are going to be pretty similar. I have played at being at a 102 overall. I do play a lot of teams that have had Boss Vic and CJ2K on their teams. And, teams that play fast, it's an advantage. And that's one of the things about it. One of the things about the game this year. Since the January update with the counters, critical, and medium and low severity, being partially determined by the overall of the offense versus the overall of the defense. If the overall of the defense is higher, that means there's going to be more critical counters. That is important. Today I got stopped in league to league by playing a 103 defense and catching two soft 32% critical counters in a row. Not much I could do. I figured with 32% on short passing plays that it was probably an ultimate freeze setup, and play action and long pass plays were taken away. Running would have been countered even more than the short pass through such a setup, so I went with the short passing, got countered 3 plays in a row. Again, this has nothing to do with me quitting this game. What quitting this game is all about to me is not wanting to support a company like EA and give them any more money. The game has turned a corner for me and has become not fun anymore. And for anybody else playing this game, it's not like I'm going to tell you not to play this game. If you still have plenty of energy to play this game, by then all means play it and pursue it and love the game. That's just fine. But for me, it is definitely time. And it's not, once again, this is not my first run-in with EA as a company and their business practices. And it really does leave a bad taste in my mouth. Not just in terms of I should be able to get any card that I want, but 3 successive cards. Speed boost is extremely important, guys. Playing these teams with Boss Vic and with CJ2K on defense, these guys just cover the whole field. It makes a noticeable difference on gameplay. It really, really, truly is hard to play against teams. All you need is that and some awareness boosts, a couple strength boosters in there, and you're good to go. Your team's going to play real well like that. Speed boosters really do make a difference on Hall of Fame. And, overall makes more of a difference than it ever did. So in a way, that's a good thing. That rewards people for building a team. That your defense is going to be more likely to trigger a critical counter because it's a higher overall, because you worked hard on your team. That, in a way, is a good thing. But the ways to get your overall up there are increasingly cards like this. Speed increases overall as much as anything and really affects gameplay. And there is a big disparity with how teams play. Now, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of people with plenty of skills that can play with lower overall teams. I know that to be the case. It's just when part of the fun of the game is trying to build a team, and all the really, really good cards that you want are pack only type of things like this. When you see it over and over and over and over again, it gets to the point where it gets tiring. And I'm really at that point. So that is really it, guys. In terms of videos, I don't know how many more I'm going to do. I hope you have enjoyed them. And thanks for watching.